Hey guys, welcome back. I do hope y'all are staying warm out there because it is crazy, crazy cold here. It's snowing. Yeah, it's snowing. It's snowing right now. So here goes a clear, concise message here for Aries. All right, Aries, first card out is the World card. Yes, that is good. I'm hearing that people that you are around, Aries, are good for you. These are people that are going to help you succeed, help you move forward. These are people that are going to help you move up that ladder, okay? Do be careful because you do have some karmics that are around you. And these are people that you might have a hard time distancing yourself from, especially emotionally. Because I see them as being people who could really get into your head. You know, the kind of people who can just put ideas into your head that are not real, you know? Lie to you and just make you feel a certain kind of way or make you feel obligated to them for whatever reason. Now, they could be a part of this group that you're involved with, okay? Or you're rubbing elbows with. All right. I had shuffled, but Spirit is saying to shuffle again. And, yeah, they could have something to do with it. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about this Knight of Swords. Okay. So the Knight of Swords wants to like teach you something. Okay, there's something about this person. They want to teach you something or they think they're going to teach you something. But you know what, Aries? I am hearing that this person is charging forward and they're blind. They're blinded. They're listening to somebody else. They're listening to somebody else's lies. So this thing about them wanting to teach you something, it seems to be like something that they're doing impulsively, and it's not really something that they're planning through. It's not something that they have really thought things through, you know? It's kind of like they're just charging blindly, you know, and they're making a lot of mistakes. That's what I'm hearing. They're making a lot of mistakes along the way. So they're just reacting. They're reactive. You know, so whatever this is, it might have something to do with money, okay, or some kind of good news, or they're expecting some kind of good news that they're going to get some kind of money or some kind of financial gain out of doing this. So when this person talks to you, you're going to feel this aggression coming from them, but the way that they speak and the energy that you're picking up on them is not going to match. Okay, like you're gonna feel the aggression, but they're gonna try to stay calm. They're gonna try to stay in control. They're gonna try to, mask that energy as much as possible. But you're gonna catch it. Trust me, you're gonna catch it because it's gonna be like a look. It's gonna be a glance. There's gonna be something about the way that this person looks at you. There's gonna be a tone in their voice that I'm hearing like you're gonna pick up on. One of them is really mad. I'm saying like bitter, okay? Because you detached your energy from them. And I'm hearing like you left, you took off. You distanced yourself from this person and they weren't included in your plans at all. This person believes that they were a blessing for you and you rejected them. They believe that they were there for you and you rejected them. You left and you went on and you moved on with your life. You're living your life aligned with your own personal values. And your personal values is something that this person cannot affect anymore. I think this person has tried to affect your morals and your values and trying to like I want to say corrupt them, lower them so you could match their energy. They wanted you to. See, but the thing is that you're too high vibrational for that, You're the world. In this reading, you're coming out as the world card. That tells me that you have reached some really challenging goals in your life. You have conquered some really big, major things in your life that other people would not have been able to do. That's what that tells me. And this person sees you and they know this about you. They know that you've been able to do the unthinkable. Now, some of you could be doing something online, and this person could be attacking you online, you know, saying things, trying to pull you down, trying to embarrass you online. But then when you go look at their channel, they don't have nothing going on their channel. They might have tried or something, and they're looking at your channel and they're like, oh, wow, Aries has all this stuff going on their channel. Aries is getting support, Aries is succeeding, and they're coming in and then attacking you, and then if you were to stop and look, you would find out they got nothing going on, you know, because, they were not able to conquer the challenges that you have been able to. You know what I mean? Starting, if it's YouTube, I'm just going to say it, starting a YouTube channel. I don't know about TikTok or the other ones, but because I'm not on them, but starting a YouTube channel can be extremely challenging and it could take years to get it off the ground. And Aries, I'm hearing like you're doing it really quickly, which a lot of people can't do that, you know? And so yeah, you've succeeded in ways that this person can't. This is why they're bitter. This is part of the reason why they're bitter. It's not the only reason, but it's definitely part of the reason why they're bitter and angry and, saying things and getting other people like this other person to come up against you. This is somebody that is part of a group. Now, when I say part of a group, it doesn't have to be like your friend group, but it could be. I feel like this is more like a group that you belong to or a community that you belong to. So for instance, if you're homosexual, you're a homosexual community, right? If you're a prepper, the prepper community, something like that. Okay. This is somebody within your community that's attacking you, that's sending this, this blind flying monkey toward you, right? And it's this person that's doing all this. And it's because they literally have nothing going on in their life. Now, for some of you, you might have started a new relationship and this person's aware of it. And this person can tell or they could see that that person is your soulmate, and they're jealous that you have that connection with somebody and they don't. That kind of energy. Like, why does Aries get everything that they want? Why is Aries having this success and Aries has this person in their life, their soulmate connection in their life? And this person's manipulative and they're using that manipulation because they're angry and they're bitter because they see that you have something going on in your life that they don't. You got more going on in your life than they do. You got more things going for you. Now, for some of you, you might have agreed to travel with this person, to go somewhere with this person, and for whatever reason, you backed out. And now this person is like, oh, how dare you? How dare you not go with me on this crossroads trip? And how dare you put somebody else ahead of me? And it does not necessarily mean that you were romantically involved with this person, okay? This person just happens to be part of a group that you're a part of. Somebody might be having some kind of mechanical issues. You might want to get that looked. If you're getting the little white light saying check engine, you might want to check that engine. You might want to get a tune-up. Especially now, guys. Cars cost so much money. It's crazy. Even for an old car, they want like thousands of dollars, and it's like, why? I remember when brand new cars cost the same price as a used car that's like heading out already, heading for the dump, It's like, what? So you might have, and this might be just for a couple of you, maybe, maybe you were supposed to go on a trip with this person and you said no. And that person had to go by themselves, and they're looking at you like, why did you do this to me? Now they're bitter, they're angry. They didn't get some kind of finances that they were expecting, you know? They didn't get something that they had put some work into. They didn't get that payment back. They invested something and they didn't get money back from it, and they're blaming you because you didn't go with them, or you were supposed to show up and you didn't show up. And it looks like it's because you were in the middle of a relationship, or they believed that you were. If you weren't, then this person really does believe that you were in a relationship and you were with a soulmate connection and you were living your life, and this is something that you manifested toward you. And they feel like, you put that person before them, even though you are not romantically involved with them. This person could be like alone and not really have anybody in their life. Some people are happy being single. Some people prefer to be single. They don't have to deal with all that drama and all that extra energy that they have to put into a relationship. Some people love to be single. I don't think this person is one of them. This person is not the kind of person who is happy being alone. And that's why they're pointing the finger at you, and that's why they're targeting you. They want to take an opportunity away from you. So if you do have an online channel or something like that, this person, even if you haven't gotten monetized, okay, let's just say you're still at the beginning stages and you're still learning, how things work and how to tag your videos and how to put thumbnails, right? Like, you're still learning, right? Because it's a long process to learn, right? So let's just say if you're not monetized and you're still learning, but the point is you do have a following. You have followers. That's the thing. And this person doesn't. See, this person has tried to do something similar to what you've done. Okay? Or what you're doing on your channel. And it didn't work out for them. So they might come and tell you something on your channel like things, well, I'll just tell you things that I've had people tell me, that I keep repeating myself. Um they'll say mean things like nobody's interested in what you're doing, or what you're doing is BS. These are things that I have had people tell me, and things that I have seen and read them say to other people, not just readers. I'm talking about just channels in general, right? Just, I mean, we could be watching I could be watching a channel about prepping, and I'll read the comments, and there's always gonna be that one person that's gonna like try to make the person who created the channel feel like they're dumb, or what they're saying is not important, or something like that, right? Oh, you know what? Yeah, it reminds me. I don't know if y'all follow Alaska Prepper, but I remember years ago when he was first starting out, people would say things like, "Oh no, groceries are not going to go up." This is years ago. This is, a long time ago. And he was saying about how groceries are going to go up, and groceries are going to double, and people are like, "Oh, you're fear mongering, and you're doing all this stuff." And here it is. It's happening, right? And but yeah, he had a lot of people attacking him. So I'm going to use him as an example because he's a public figure and he's on YouTube. So you can go check him out. And so he's one. I've heard people say all kinds of things. I mean, that his voice was bad, he speaks bad, his all kinds of stuff, right? So you might have stuff like that, and then to find out that this is somebody that's in your own community or supposed to be part of your community. This could be even a political group. So if you have a political channel where you're talking about politics, this could be somebody else who's also talking about politics, or they try to, and this person could also even have another account, right? So you might not even realize that this person is part of the community that you are in. They might be using another account, maybe one that's not their original channel, right? Or something like that, or something that they post on, right? It could be just like their personal account, and then they have one that they post on, okay? So apparently you're doing something possibly similar to what this person was trying to do, And because they're not successful at it, and you are coming out as being more successful, okay, that's why they're attacking you. So you're wondering, like, why is this person attacking me? What's going on? Well, the person that you're seeing and that's attacking you is doing it because of this other party. There's two of them. One is older than the other one. So one's a younger one. The one that you're dealing with, the one that you're speaking to or seeing or you're reading their comments, that's the younger person. That's the puppet. They're a flying monkey. They're a brainless little puppet doing what the other person wants them to do, and they're just being reactive, being impulsive and reactive because they can't think for themselves. You know what I mean? They don't have a way to have an opinion of for themselves. They're just adopting the other person's opinion of you. So it's not personal, Aries. That's the point I want you to know. It's not personal. It's not, something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. As a matter of fact, I see a lot of success coming your way. I see success has come your way, and I see more success coming your way. So keep going. It's not, this is not the end of the road here. Yes, I do see with the world card, this could be like, you end at one chapter, now you're starting a new chapter, which is awesome because it means you're moving on, you're moving up into the next challenge in your life, right? But yeah, this is why this person's attacking you, okay? And they definitely want to take an opportunity away from you. You're definitely manifesting things into your life here. It looks like you're manifesting, I want to say more than love, that's for sure. So, for one of you, be cautious because I feel like this person's going to try to force something on you, or they're trying to force something here. Yeah, I think you've overcome a lot in your life. I think you've gone through a lot. You've been through a lot already. For some of you, maybe you've dealt with severe financial issues or homelessness, something like that. You might have gone through some kind of abuse in your life, and the reason why that's coming up is because what this person is doing to you could be triggering you and bringing up like old things that you've gone through, old traumas that you've gone through. Okay? But don't let this person win. They're not going to win. I mean, I'll tell you right now, they're not going to win regardless. Because I do feel like it doesn't matter what trap that this person tries to set up for you. It's not really traps. It's more like mental bubbles that they try to throw you into. I feel like every time that this person tries this stuff on you or tries to trigger you, they try to hold you down or something like that, right? You get freed. You don't stay down. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna stay down, Aries. You're just not gonna stay down for anybody. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna keep going and keep going and keep going, and this person is just gonna be trying and trying to be there, just like trying to like get their nails into you, right? And it's not gonna work. I feel like this person is a tyrant. That's why nobody likes them. I think nobody likes this person. I think this person is a tyrant. And that's why, the things that they're trying to do, they're not successful at because people can pick up on their energy. People are picking up on their energy. And, if you don't like somebody, it doesn't matter what they're saying. I mean, they could be right. They could be telling you something that's right. But the way that they say it, the way that their vibe is, you just might be picking up on that. And if you're a real sensitive person, which I feel like you are, Aries, you could be picking up on that energy from that person. Like I said, this aggression that you might be feeling from this person is actually not coming from this person. It's actually coming from this person. But still, it's an aggression, right? It's a negative emotion, but it's more like because they can't hold you down. They can't control you. This person's a tyrant and people are picking up on their energy. So if you're a cross watcher and you're like, what the heck? Why isn't anybody? Well, it's because of your energy. It's because you're letting your ego guide you instead of just being humble and doing the best you can. You're letting your ego be your whole personality. You're wearing your ego on your chest, you know? Instead of just leaving people alone and letting Aries live their life and you do your own thing and let Aries do their own thing, you're actually coming into Aries's reading because you're actually letting your ego get the best of you. You're not humbling yourself, you know? People like people who are connected, you know? People who that can humble themselves and be like, "Oh, I messed up," you know? Be humble. Anything else here Aries needs to know? Aries, you might be having some mechanical issues with your car. Somebody's having some kind of mechanical issues. Be very cautious with that. Also, somebody might be having some kind of problems going on at home. Okay, there might also be somebody here might be getting an eviction notice. Unfortunately, it might come out of the blue, or it could be because the rent is going to go up like significantly, and you're going to have to leave. That kind of thing. But because maybe it's not an eviction, it could be like you're just going to have to leave because there's no way you can come up with another $800, right? Something like that, right? So it could be something like that. There's something shocking that you need to be prepared for, Aries. Okay. Um, I just want to and I think that might be for a couple of you, not all of you. So do keep that in mind. I'm gonna see what's going on over here with this one. Tell me more about this. Aries, I'm going to tell you something. The higher you go and the more success that you have, the more you're going to attract people to you that are going to have bad feelings towards you. Okay? You're going to find more and more people who are going to be controlling. And it's because the higher that you go, the more success that you're accumulating. And it doesn't have to be something you're doing online, guys, even though it could be, but it doesn't have to be. You're just having some kind of success here, okay? And the thing is that the more success that you have, the more you're going to come across more and more people as you go. So the more and more people that you have that are recognizing you. See, when you are poor, like, how do I say this? I'm just going to use this as an example. Like, if you're poor, nobody pays attention to you, right? But if you go into a store and you're like dressed really nice in a suit and stuff like that, or you're dressed up really pretty and you go in there and you look like you have money, people notice you, especially if you're in an area where people don't have money, right? Have you ever gone to like a poor area in town, okay, and you dress like everybody else, right? In poor areas of town, people usually you'll see a lot of people go in there in their pajamas and house shoes. You know what I mean? Okay, and nobody pays attention. Nobody blinks an eye, right? Now, if you take that one person who goes into Walmart in their pajamas and you take them to the rich part of area and they walk into Walmart in their pajamas, I guarantee you everybody's gonna be looking at that person, right? And vice versa. It's the opposite way too. You go to a poor area and a rich person walks in, or we assume that they're rich, right? By the way that they're dressed, everybody looks at them, right? They get a lot of attention. The point is, and why I'm making this point here, is that the more success that you have, Aries, the more you're going to stand out. So you're like that person that walks into a rich area in their, well, actually the opposite. You're walking into a poor area dressed up like you got a lot of money, right? This success is shining. This success is making you stand out. And it's not because you are in your ego. It's not because you are, becoming big headed. No, you're still your humble, down to earth person. That's not why. Why it is because you're having more success than other people, and people, when they see you getting more success, they get jealous because they start thinking, why not me? Why not them? Right? And they have that kind of energy. And then that's when the little green monster inside them starts growing. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to say. You're standing out. There's something about your energy where you're standing out. Even though you belong to this group and then you obviously belong there. and these other people are, are actually belonging there too, or they're part of the group, but you're standing out more in that group. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay. So, anyways, Aries, congratulations. I feel like you're going to have a lot of success. Remember that the more success you have, the more enemies you're going to have. It's just the way it is. Um, you're going to have more and more people that are going to try to compete with you. You're going to have more and more. And you know what? Competing is actually not a bad thing. It's actually a healthy thing. It's not that they want to compete with you. It's that they want to drag you down. It's that they want to latch on to you. Okay. So whatever you do, Aries, you want to make sure that you hang around with people that inspire you. Okay, that's the first thing that you're gonna want to do. You're gonna want to hang out with people, make friends with people that inspire you, people that have things going on in their own life. You know, yeah, and people that are humble. Definitely want people that are humble. The more humble that the person is, the better off you're gonna be around that person. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of this reading. Catch me in the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I think I'm getting sick, guys, so pray for me, okay? This weather is bad, and I have not gotten myself. I didn't get a flu shot, and I didn't get a measles shot. I can kick myself because they offered it to me, and I said no, no, no. I'm talking about the flu shot. They had offered it to me a couple of months ago, and I said no because I'm kind of iffy about the flu shot. Anyways, I have had a flu shot once in my life, but I kind of try to stay away from it because I don't know. It's a long story. I would be trying to explain my theory for hours, but yeah, I don't know, guys. Anyhow, catch me in the next one, guys. Protect yourself. Do what you gotta do to stay warm out there. Put boxes in the windows if you have to. I did hear that, I believe they said 13,000 people in Dallas, Texas, is without electricity right now. If you are in that area of Dallas, Texas, which is not far from me at all, it's less than 200 miles, that's for sure. And so if you are in that area, please stay warm, do what you gotta do. And my condolences, I'm praying for you guys, okay? Pull through this. I'm sure there's other areas that people are losing their electricity right now, guys. So let's keep everybody in our prayers. Let's pray that everybody makes it through this. Let's pray for the elderly and the disabled people, and especially the children, okay? And keep them in our prayers. And the homeless people, because they're the most vulnerable right now. So let's keep them in our prayers too, okay, guys? Anyways, love you guys. Y'all take care. Stay warm. Take care of yourself. Okay? Bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.